So this video is going to be my unwanted 2 cents on the current situation going on between one-shot questers and the people working on Min-Maxed, a new D&D campaign that I'm a little emotional about because it involves people that I've looked up to that are being not acting like they should about stuff. But without further ado, let's get into what I want to talk about. Now, the first thing in One Shot's Questers video that really ticked me off was that he called the D&D community vulnerable. We are not vulnerable by any means. We can stick up for ourselves. We know what we're doing. And Min-Max was not taking advantage of us at all, like he tried to claim in his video, which was another thing that really pissed me off. Because they were very transparent about, everything that they were doing. And one of his main points was that the money was quote-unquote held back for quote-unquote seasons we might not even get. But they said they're planning at least three seasons. In their budgeting video, which can you does he have listening comprehension? But anyways, One Shot Questers was a D&D content creator that I used to look up to. Unfortunately, I can say that's no longer the case because of this. Because this was very not, I can't think of the word, but not befitting of an adult to act like. Just lashing out at the first thing he saw because of somebody else. He mentioned the convergence and stuff that happened with the convergence behind our backs, which I believe that, but that doesn't give you the right to take it out on Min-Maxed. One of his other points was that the audio was bad. A point that's been brought up a lot, which I am also going to bring up, is that Critical Role had audio issues throughout their entire first campaign and part of their second. And so, you can't really fault them for that, because they're just now, this is their first time. This is their first time doing this kind of stuff. So, you can't really fault them for that when they're figuring stuff out. And it was in the middle of the ice storm, so they couldn't mess with the audio configuration once they started rolling. And then he also said that releasing them on every other week basis would die down the hype. I noticed when I was watching the first episode that they leave it on a cliffhanger, and I presume it's for that reason, to keep the hype going. It certainly got me constantly thinking about it. I'm hyped for the next episode. I left a comment on the response video Min-Max made, this is gonna be my new One Piece probably, just tuning in every time an episode comes out. But I don't know, this is just so out of the blue for no reason. And like, it hurts to see this community being gatekept like this. Like, because I really enjoy D&D and stuff. I don't talk about it much on stream or in videos. I don't do videos about it, but I am really into D&D, and I watch a lot of D&D content. And seeing this community gatekept like this really irks my nerves. It just like, it pisses me off beyond belief that he's trying to gatekeep D&D from some of the most popular weapon tubers, and I really like the idea of them playing themselves as characters. That's how I figured out D&D 5e had a meteor hammer. I didn't know that until now. But like, poor Jacques with the whip, honestly. 1d4. That's like awful. Anyways. Like, they don't deserve the hate at all. And it makes me sad to see that he's trying to gatekeep the community like this. And most of the stuff he was arguing about, they talked about in their response. But like, it was also talked about in the budget video. And one of his points was like, they spent too much on equipment. They said in the budgeting video that most of the equipment they used was provided by them that Sellsword Arts already had. They didn't have to buy that much. And they said in the response that they ended up returning some of it. So they basically spent nothing on equipment, on tech. So, I don't know, it just kind of pisses me off. I'm like, I've been off and on thinking about making a video about this. I'm finally doing it because I just want to talk about this because it genuinely upsets me to see the gatekeeping like this. But this is probably going to be a shorter long form video because I don't have that much to add on that hasn't already been said. But like, this has been one of my most hyped things of 2026. And most of the issues I have with the first episode are because it's the first episode. Like, they're gonna end up fixing it later down the line. This is just their first episode. So, like, I don't really have that many problems with it that, like, wouldn't just be because, oh, I can tell this is the first episode. So, like, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that's my opinions on that. Join the Discord, link will be in the description. Check me out on Patreon, and yeah, I'll see you at some point when my PC is fixed on stream. Yeah, check out my Twitch and my Kick. They will also be in the description. Bye.